our Edo son, Mike Ozekome. Mike Ozekome, I've said it. So I would like us to talk in order we've showcased so far. But before we move on, Alex have become, in fact, working so hard to come here. Since you say you have a solution, that everybody here is talking, no solution. So we would like to hear the solution from you, Alex. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Unmute yourself.
Yes, brother Alex, good evening. Don't be my brother from Sawana.
Good evening, sir. I agree the hand.
Thank
your
you.
background don't clear now. You don't clear.
Thank you.
Your background clear.
Loud and clear.
I agree to you.
I agree to now.
Talk to us, Alex.
Yeah, I decided to come in because I see one guy. I don't know his name. Where the guy went bitterly where they talk for that video you play. That video triggered me to will see my come in court talk. Because the guy they cry, they talk for China television. Please, one moment.
We can't pause a media because of you, Alex. You want
Let
us come back to you.
You hear me, sir?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Now the reason why me come here, now I don't watch now for over 2 hours now. I just suppose they give a complaint, no solution. And the most important thing, I see the people they change their assembly, they go vote on the 11th for gubernatorial be But the first thing when me know since I listen to obedience, the first music way that they sing is that we know the vote party, we are voting individual. But right about now, the music like say don't change. That they say vote Labour Party for all the states to take. I hear somebody say at least if not 10 governorship we take. That one aside. Now the problem wey dey for ground, if you all know, Atiku and Peter Obi, I'll give you the solution. Atiku and Peter Obi carry Buhari go court in 2019, telling the court say Bob na dem win because they come at second position. Right about as they talk to now, so that court case, they never strike and come up from Nigeria court case. That case is still pending for them.
It's not pending. Atiku have abandoned it.
They're not answering
it. No. He abandoned it. He did not talk about it.
Nah, they don't give her the answer he wants now.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't pursue
just like
it.
What did they do? They postpone and they prosecute her. So
no. There's no postponement. He did not pursue it anymore. The case, yes, it's pending, but it's forgotten.
Okay, forget that. Okay, more say forget that. Okay, he not resurrect the case just die like that. Now that's the same court where we all know. Now that they advise or Peter B say won't go the court.
Yes.
To go challenge this case. And if we look in the recent, Peter B come out in third position according to wetin INEC select.
Thank you. I like the fact that you say according to wetin INEC talk.
I want to stand up presiding officer 2015 at the time I still love Nigeria over Buhari. So I know after election, they go do selection. Wetin they want to gather some crowd of people so that the world can see say Nigeria do election. But they already know they want select as their president or whatever office. Now, I listen to Labour Party governor's candidate for Lagos. He says since Peter Obi get this kind of mandate, in they believe say he go take over Lagos. But me can categorically turn and say they not do election. They just dash all those number like yes Obi get they dash. The reason why they ever give Obi Lagos and Abuja, they want make peace fair day. I follow up this case, and I'm supposed to look up at you. See, 6 o'clock in the morning, I not sleep. I was live to watch everything. They decided to increase number, give the 12, so that there's no tension to allow the INEC pronounce what they want pronounce. Just imagine INEC sitting on office where get say they tell people say after this we don't pronounce the winner, you can go to court. That is to say they were fully prepared of this matter. So the only solution we get for obedience, right? Me, I'm not obedient. I'm not. In fact, I'm not into Nigerian matter. They tire me. The only solution I get right now, if una go take am, is for you people not to validate this 11th May. Abi March, I don't know. 11th March now. Gubernatorial election. See, una go tell next say obedience not many pass. For me, una been with this election, but I don't use my life, so I will bet 500 you with somebody on the 22. On the 24th, the guy collect money, but I say Peter Obi no fit win. Because I know say Peter Obi go win if they do free and fair. But Nigeria, in the history of Nigeria, till that kid don come, Nigeria cannot conduct free and fair election. Because they know say they conduct free and fair election, genuine human being go win. And Nigeria not ready to run a genuine human being. Good luck, Jonah Ebele, good luck to talk and say, Nigeria is not a nation, it's a company. Na good luck to that one. So if obedience don't really know say there be obedience, now Charlie boy don't back up. Say because Obi say no want protest, he don't back up. They call Obi weakling. So Obi say weakling. If obedience really know say they really not by to the talk, una really know so na one collect back this country. If una fit hold this gubernatorial election, say make e no hold until they fix this mess. That will be a pass mark. But even I continue, say because they give Peter Obi 100 position because they hear that Lagos. That guy is very intelligent too. That Lagos Labour Party, I listen to the guy, I like the guy. He did tell me, but I know the supporter. Just as I watch now, you cannot say a lot of intelligent people there, but I know the support on our cause. So I like the guy. Say because Peter Obi get that, they award those positions. Nobody, Jagaban no go see if there's some different election. So we go beat our hands down. So we know that.
Mr. Alex, can I ask you a question, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are saying you abandon an election. Don't you know that when you abandon an election, anybody, even if it is 5 people that come out there, the winner is already there. So if we abandon and now and they pick up all the distance and give to APC, what shall we do then?
Okay, sir. Let me answer you. As you continue with the masses of people who come out to vote, do you remember that they deny millions of people inside that polling unit? They were crying. Say, I want vote, I want to vote. They denied that. They just took 5 people and they award position. But if you people stand, obedience too many. If they stand, say this election will not hold, the word will be come down to ask what you una want. But if you continue, they will still do now the same thing they do for this government. They say go to court. And the court belongs to them.
Brother, if you try to truncate democracy, I will shoot you to nonsense.
Alex,
No,
hold on. Alex, are you aware that this election that just passed, that Obidi already have more than 80? The same party that doesn't have structure before, as we speak right now, they have more than 80 legislators that is going to federal. Are you aware?
They're going to federal. Bros, what they want is presidency, not the other one they talk to.
No, but at least, you know, we don't have it.
Wait, okay, no better. If no be state Peter Obi come outside, will you go for all those people where they go legislators?
That's what I'm saying now. That means, do you agree with me that Peter Obi have given birth to a lot of structure right now?
of course.
No. You know why? That they use that one to calm una down. That is why you are celebrating as if una get some majority for other things. They use that to calm una down.
We are not here for negativism. We are full of positive, and we know that Peter Obi won this election, and you just confirmed it. Then we are going to court.
Which part? Who owns the court?
No, listen, my brother. Listen.
Alex, the way you talk, you just say you be APC.
Hold on, sir.
No, Alex not be APC.
Everybody, hold on now.
Let me ask him a question.
Can't I speak? Everybody cannot be talking at the same time, please. Let me tell you, Alex, are you aware, or do you believe, do you agree with me that nothing lasts forever? You are judging Nigeria based on the disappointment that we all have been used to for decades, that nothing works in Nigeria. On that, I agree with you. But I still have that same mindset and believe and that Nigeria can change through one person.
Okay, Mr.
Yes. And that judicial system that have been failing you and I for years, for decades, or probably, or rather, since Nigeria was created, is about to change. Do you agree with that?
More leave emotion aside, or more leave who you dey support. On the recent now, if anybody who's supposed to contest this election, who's supposed to contest this election?
Who suppose? What do you mean? Who suppose?
the person that comes second position have more upper hand than person that came third position.
That's where you are getting it wrong. That's where you are getting it wrong.
That is the plan. That is the plan they have. They know what they do. They settle this work well.
Let me tell you, Alex, if you want to hear more plans, I will tell you that it was deliberate that they gave Lagos to Peter Obi.
Yes.
It was a deliberate act.
Mm-hmm.
They worked on it. They put it together.
To calm you guys down.
Yes.
Now, people are there. Now, what's the best thing now when they come into this show? Now, that court when I tell they sing, wait to be Mazina the kind of court where free Mazina the kind of. Do you see Mazina kind of working freely now? Now, that is a court Peter Obi they put you. But it's saying Anambra. Do you think federal is Anambra? When we say you just go, they go just give you. This is a federal. Now they get everything, though. So make una stop this governorship election. That is the only key. Take it or you leave it. If una go to this election, mark my word, they go say ringa. Una see come out and say I won't go court.
No, let me tell you.
Their preferred candidate. Lagos cannot win Lagos. I think better than Ahmad now for this live video. Lagos cannot win Lagos.
You are too full with negatives. That's one thing about you.
Negative. We need to bring the fact. This way I talk to them for my platform. I have confidence.
No, that's not facts. Don't bring that kind of fact here.
Truth is bitter. Truth is bitter.
No,
but
it's not the truth. It's not the truth. I will not accept that. Okay, I would like somebody else to respond to you. Let me move on to lefties if you are there.
Oh, okay. Can I say something?
Hold on, please. Lefties, are you there?
Alex.
Sir.
Sorry, my nose. Excuse me, my nose. I get more book up on my nose. Alex.
Sir, I'm with you, sir.
If you come, those are welcome me like my brother. You don't say, yeah, you guy will take day.
Yes, sir.
That's your mindset, killer. The mindset when they build into you. Now you use content talk to us. Another mindset that they make you believe that they feel use you. Now, in the history of Nigeria, that it come up, you know, reach 6-7 months. That will really represent the people. You don't believe in the people. That is what you are talking about. You don't believe in the elite because of your brother, my grandpapa. Some of them don't eat money, sell us. No, they let us talk. Now, this generation of the generation you will mess with. They started with NSAS. Government, if you treat them, they don't rest. Now, obedient call come. All of them come say they want to change these old people. Heavens one can't do us well. Maybe still go give out to us. We get very bad record. But the internationally, nationally, I'll say talk out. Family, the whole world they see them. Now, for the first time you see the people massively came out. People who you they trust now became fear. They started with 4 people tweeting the room. Not if do anything, they'll soon rest. They'll soon rest. Bike rider for whether or not Makode Abiwi State go buy senatorial seats. They'll soon read bike rider or sit. Politicians will get money. The movement of the people they play with so. Say they give us Lagos, they don't give us Lagos. And so we they take Lagos, they manage add. You get where they go add rich, you don't let them add again. Now they leave out. Lagos now the commercial hub, and the population of Woody. They don't carry give us, they don't fit change them. If they won't give us, they will not bother to do ballots, they start boomer. They steal ballot, they destroy. They want say if you come out, any person way to come out, they won't give us the for not the word. That alone don't show you say power belongs to the people. You cannot stop an idea whose time has come, my brother. You see, structureless party. Now I don't get Senate, don't get representative. They don't spend shishi. What are you not saying? You say me the same people enter house. The idea what they give you, don't be your fault. And they work. But if you continue like that, you remain a slave. Me and you go remain a slave forever, eternity. country where you there so, now check the history of the country. My brother, what belongs to the people. The country where you there today, because the people acted, is change. You don't see what president wrong for a country. But they wrong. People go say no what. Now there will they go so.
Oga Lefty, I fit respond.
Respond.
Oga Lefty, the first example we make about NSAS, to me, NSAS is a, which kind of English is a blatantly failure to the youth of Nigeria.
Tell us.
NSAS is the most useless movement so far in the history of Nigeria.
Explain.
Now, Nigeria come outside. We want police brutality. We want it to stop. This that one, we want this one. 5-point agenda, 100-point agenda. They come outside. The same brutality where we they fight against. Now that the same brutality that they chase us go inside hiding place. So what result do we gain as NSAS protesters? No result. Because they shoot gun for Lagos. Only Lagos they for shoot gun. Those state enters, Warri enters, all the old tax system for Nigeria locked down NSAS. That shows NSAS is a blatantly failure. They still come as I can do remembrance. They still chase them, enters. So making an example with NSAS, more your leave that I know you're down, they already feel woefully. Now, NSAS for me, what I call failure, is even more vibrant and more solid than obedience movement. You know what I'm saying, sir? What's more solid than obedience movement? Obedience movement is a political movement which any opponent can say this is a democracy. It doesn't mean you love Peter Obi, me love Tinubu, or that the might go get Peter Obi will give you Nigeria. Me will love Tinubu, I get myself Tinubu will give me new Nigeria. So when my party win, you have no right to call the best my party win. But NSAS is the all of the youth combined say this oppressor we are getting is too much. So you know if you compare NSAS, because NSAS is more powerful than obedience movement. But they would tell you say the NSAS is a failure. If NSAS
I want to reply you now. Make I reply you say reply how you talk. The obedient movement don't be political movement. If you watch people will be PDP, BBC, every other party, they all hold on.
That left you sorry, sir. If not political match, one of the campaign now.
Hold on. Wait. Now something they tell you. NSAS, when I say obedient movement, when they call it obedient movement, be political movement. Now revolution, how you they see so?
No, it's not revolution.
No, hold on. See, okay. You see, revolution when you they think of, when you see people they die, the world don't go up move that one. You see, person be PDP, they say I go vote by governor for PDP, but for presidency, no way. I'll give her to Obi. You see APC person say, for governor I go give my APC, but for this president, no. Now Obi I go vote, now I qualify. Now revolution is the so. The revolution of the mind. That's why you say don't be politics. You ever think somebody like Obi go get any vote from the north? The way they make you believe before. Okay, you want to tell me say for Abuja, they still give us. Be say people will be saying now civil servant where they suffer. You want to tell us, my brother, the revolution is the so.
Not revolution. This is a political movement.
Revolutionary movement. Now you see so they come small. People decide.
Mr. Alex, can I ask you a question?
People are deciding. Okay, ask your question.
Actually, I really understand the angle you are coming from. At least we need to come out and stop this election, especially the governorship election, so that they will be aware that they were aware of what they did to us at the presidential level. And if the obedient across the world, yes, I use the word across the world, can come out en masse and stop that election, yes, it is a very good point, valid point. But there is a big problem when it comes to Nigeria issue. Are you getting me? Like what Chooser or somebody else said here. You know, they will still go ahead, like what you said just now. They only shoot one gun in Lagos. Those states sleep, Rivers State sleep. And before if they even shoot that gun, the northern part of the country is only Abuja were having a protest. In Kano and all of that, majority of them felt that the NSAS movement were against them. So if you come out now say, okay, let's stop this election, definitely there will be a divide in the country. Some people will be for you, other person will not be for you. And again, if you say something or somebody else, see, this governorship election is very important. We still need to come out. If we can get 1 or 2 states, 3 or 4, as the case may be, it will be a good point in the right direction. While we are still pulling the Supreme Court or whatever the court are, we are still pushing them to do the needful. It's very important. See, this election is not yet over. They are at the Supreme Court level. See, going back to protest is a very good option. But remember, Nigeria is a lawless country. They will kill and nobody is going to talk. So with that, we have to fight them politically. If it happens that we now use our last resort. If nothing happens, then we will not resort to other means. That's just my own opinion.
Okay, Alex, why Alara beat you up? I just want to make a made up blast and let me and you they talk.
So let me, I could respond to 1 minister, please.
Okay,
Alex,
okay,
really quickly, I'd like to also ask you a question.
Please, sorry, please, let me respond to you. You know, say before, you know why I say at Nigeria, say, we know they stable. Before, the music of Nigeria, like Saebis now, Guy Ebis, he say Papa na PDP. I be family, if I know man, no, because the list to write, don't we talk and say whether family is a PDP carrier. But this time around, it's not after political party, it's after individual. Now that is to say, and according to Theophilus, now he say they want to take back. That is, you are not talking about individual, now you are talking about political party. And on that left, he say obedience is not a political matter. That is to say, if person like Jagaban eventually switch to Labour Party and contest as a governor of any state, that is obedient to still vote for that because if
they don't go vote for
that.
That's why I say don't be political party. They don't go vote for that.
So now you hear that we talk about. Labour Party want to take back some states, and you yourself, say we take over senatorial men. That is to say, all the people say they come out as an obedience or the other Labour Party. They have the same ideology, they have the same calmness, they have the same love we get for obedience. They are not corrupt, they are 100% clean, and a lot of people from PDP other party decamp, enter Labour Party campaign under Labour Party. So make gonna give me sense, I understand.
What you don't understand?
No.
You see, the head, now they direct the body.
The problem we have been having over time,
Theophilus, please hold on. The head, now they direct the body.
It's going to be a different
they hear me so. Why?
Really?
So
imagine having all APC as a majority member. So now you have a divided house, like a multiple colors. NPP have members, PDP have members, APC have members, Labour Party have members. So definitely, no matter the bills they are going to pursue, it will be. Remember what they were accusing Peter Obi of ever since was because how is he going to rule when you don't have a National Assembly now? The everything that they have, the members, they have everything. So they don't even have a uniform, like one-sided house as it's right now. But that is not the issue. The issue now is that the obedient movement is straightforward. We are not here because if we go to streets, go and protest, definitely what Wike did in River will be a small thing. Has anybody called Wike to order in River State?
Oh, that's sorry, we know not to waste for that What if they read the governorship election? What will you not do?
Alex, wait, before you get too deep, can I just let me just say something to you, Alex. Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, I'm with you, sir. I'm hearing, sir.
Alex, I just want you to know 3 things. One, this is not a part of the three things, but one, I agree with you, okay? Prior to all of this, we said elections, we said don't go and validate the elections. They want to still go validate the elections. Let me tell you 3 things. One, when it comes to fraud, okay? When it comes to fraud, for fraud to be very successful, you have to make the fraud believable. Okay? That means that the person you are defrauding has to come to believe that they are a part of something that is very legitimate. Do you understand? So if I were to defraud the Nigerian people, if I were to come up with a way to defraud them, one, I would do what I did to them when they went to do their little presidential election. Then 2, whatever happens at the governor elections, I would because I know the international community is looking now. I would let play out whatever is going to play out so that I know I can secure that presidential election. Because I know at the end of the day, if I'm president and the fraud continues, I'm just going to go remove their governors once the international hype dies down. I'm going to go buy off people when when all the Oyibo people start looking elsewhere, when all the Oyibo people go back home, when they've gone to their governor election and they haven't been killed, or they've believed that, oh, they've changed something. After everyone goes home and now it's quiet on the Nigerian front, that's when I will then go start buying people, start removing governors, start removing people. So, but the fraud will be believable. One, fraud is you have to make fraud believable. Two, if they really wanted to play their cards right, while the whole world is hearing them lament about how Nigeria is not working and how the elections are not working and how it's not fair, you know what they would do? They would put 1 million people in the streets with signs saying the vote is rigged, because the whole world is watching. APC can't come up with 1 million people, can they? So if Labour Party really won the election, what they would do is they would put 2 million people in the street peacefully and say, oh, the vote is rigged. You know why? When you look across the world and you watch international media, you see riots in Turkey, riots in Iraq, riots everywhere. Have you seen the riots or not the riots? Have you seen even the peaceful protests hit international stage for Nigeria? You haven't seen it. You haven't seen it, right? At the exact same time, what are they doing? What are the master strategists doing? They're just counting down the clock. They're counting down Peter Obi is going to go to court. We know how to deal with him there. Atiku is going to go to court. You think Atiku is going to court? Atiku is going back to Dubai. They'll just keep on counting down the clock. As the clock is counting down and everybody's playing this charade about how they're going to claim back the mandate and stuff, the clock is ticking, gone. All right? That's what I'm telling you. So fraud has to be believable. They're already making the fraud believable. And then I agree with you in terms of it's a political movement. You never let a crisis go to waste. Some people may not want to hear this, but politicians know that if there's a crisis, you cannot let a crisis go to waste. That is why it is now mutated into let's just sweep everywhere with the Labour Party, right? And let's validate the system again. Let's forget about the fact that there's the 1999 constitution behind this. This is not the first election that's rigged. Go to every single election in Nigerian history. They've killed people. They've rigged the election. They haven't changed anything, but they want to continue to validate it. The last thing that I'll say is that when a child is going towards fire, you let them burn themselves a little bit. All we have to do is wait. March 11th will come and go. They may paint the picture of change, which they will then have validated again, the 1999 Constitution, signing away another more depressive state for Nigeria. But don't argue with anyone. Let's just see how it goes. But if they really want to show the world that they won the election, take 2 million people, go to Lagos right now and say the vote was rigged. Do it. But are you going to do it? We'll see. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Please, Alexo, have you reply 1 minute, please?
Go ahead. Reply.
Okay, Mr. John E. In Peter Obi's speech, because I watched it from the beginning to the end, he stood up and he said, let us give a minute silence for those that die during this election. And for those that have gunshot wound or whatsoever, like the lady, he talked about the woman, the stab. Now, do you know that if you want to continue, like someone just said that, if we go outside, go protest, stop the election, they go kill us, something will happen. Do you know if you now as a Labour Party want to take over some states to validate this governorship election on the level, do you know that the body will see surplus?
Of course,
Peter Obi also said that, wait now please, the last one, let me just Peter Obi also said, you mentioned about international being foreign. Peter Obi said, let's take foreign observer out of this. This is a Nigeria fight. Let's fight it.
Listen, I think that I've said this for a very long time, but maybe you haven't seen me on this platform. I took a break, but I think that hope is good, but hope could also get you killed. If you look at the rest of the world, whether it's El Salvador or Nicaragua or somewhere in Guatemala or North Korea, there's no shortage of countries that there are dictators and authoritarian governments. Nigeria just believes because it wants to believe that it's not drifting towards something that everyone will be just enslaved. They'll capture you and they won't be able to do anything about it. Because Nigerians, maybe
Mr. John, your network don't bad. These people who they play with, they know the game better than we do. They know say after the ring and I will go to court. The only solution I see the turn now, take it or you leave it. Don't validate this March 11 election. Don't validate it because if you not validate after the rig and I still come outside, I do it you talk more do right now. So now there's a problem for London. The world are not listening because people have not stopped any democratic process. Una never stop am. Anything that make you validate a democratic protest, process. If you got the protest after you lose, you are not making noise because
okay,
somebody must win.
Alex,
and you must not give the person you love.
Okay, thank you,
Alex. For this one, take it or you leave it.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Since you came in, you disrupted the media. Anyway, I have somebody on the phone. I'm just gonna go ahead.
Mr. Alex, well done. Oh, greetings, especially my brother, wherever you are in the world. Bikonu, you have derailed this conversation. We understand you want to see blood on the streets. You want to see protests. You want to see anger. You want to join. He wants to see 2 million, 3 million Nigerians on the street. We thank you very much. We hear you. Thank you. We have noted it. Please, we have to move forward with our conversation. Since we be the mumu, we accept. We agree. We don't own them with our chest. We are mumu. We don't have sense. We don't know what we are doing. It's okay. We don't accept them. Because, Mr. Alex, you have said enough. And we don't hear. Leave the panel so that we go fit talk. Waiting we in our mumu way go fit do for this matter when they ground. So I beg you now. Mr. Johnny, we know say you love your Biafra, all and types, like Aradite gum. We know, we understand. Because Mopuna leave us with our mumu ways. We have accepted it, we have bought it, it's okay. Please, let this conversation move forward. Now, strategy, we say we want to strategize. Make the strategize. If you not get anything we want add, since you not sabi where, if you not get the thing we go benefit us, you not want add, we go accept them. But also say you come to the take us back again. I beg una, we not fit. I beg una, okay? We are mumu, we don't know Rishuna. We agree. But please, make una leave this show, make una leave the show for us. Make they go our mumu things, they go with our mumu president and our mumu Labour Party. How about that? I don't help una put them in very fine sentence, tie them up with bow. You people should exit the panel. Let's continue to have our mumu conversation. Thank you very much.
I'll
just quickly tell you the solution. The solution is the entire world is watching, right? Everyone in the world is watching. It's constantly on CNN that you've been rigged or people have been killed. It's constantly on media. What is preventing 2 million people going out and saying the vote is rigged peacefully? What's preventing?
Yeah, but that's fine. That is fine. You can't force people.
I'm not forcing. Can I say something?
Yes, Engineer Ken. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. The thing is this, my brother Alex and my other brother. You see, I so much buy the idea from Peter Obi that everybody should remain calm, everyone should remain cool, because you see these political godfathers, these evil men, these wicked politicians we have in Nigeria. You know, if the obedient people should come out and protest peacefully, they are going to hijack that protest.
But Engineer Ken, with all due respect, you have the entire world watching you right now.
These guys don't care.
What answers? What was
Sorry, let me just try to make this point.
My brother, let me tell you something that you have to understand. These guys are bloodsuckers.
I know they're bloodsuckers.
You know, I said it before in one of our debates like this, that these guys, they drink human blood just like you and I drink water. So anything about killing to them is fun. They don't care if God himself will come down and watch. For the INEC chairman to lie, this election was just too open to the air. No, the ringing was too open. Everybody knows that APC did not even come out third position.
But Engineer Ken,
And
everyone
any
doesn't know
chairman knows that already. But
Engineer
for him
Ken,
to
with all due
open up his
respect,
mouth,
with all due
hold on a
respect,
second, hold on.
Let him
Hold on,
talk
hear me
now.
out. Hear me out for a
Let
minute.
him talk, please.
Hear me out for a minute. For any chairman to open up his mouth and say whatever he has said without no thinking, an old man like that, that's supposed to be an elder statesman, that whatever he says, everyone will believe him and hold him to his truth. Or look at the president, Buhari, a former army chief general, 5-star general, that sent down a battalion soldiers to Lagos and Port Harcourt. One battalion is 1,000 soldiers on the boot. Everybody was happy, saying that yes, everything is going to be peaceful. That those soldiers becomes a nuisance in Lagos. Those soldiers becomes they now become a people that were stealing the ballot boxes for APC. You know, so if they could do that openly for the whole world to watch, so it would be very easy for them to hijack the new protest. If anyone should come out now and protest, they are going to put in over 20,000 of their dogs in that protest to start looting, to start destroying things, and the next thing the police will come and start shooting people, and they will arrest Obi and say that Obi is aiding violence to the country.
Engineer Ken,
and they will even call it a treason offense.
Engineer Ken, you listen, just please try and hear me out, okay? Even though I don't believe in one Nigeria, I'm a very logical person, and everyone on this panel, I do care about you, okay? So I'm just trying to tell, even though I don't believe in one Nigeria, even though I think I've been saying it forever, but just listen to what I'm saying, because I am genuinely trying to help you, okay? The entire world is watching right now. That is a fact. The next fact is that what you said is that everybody knows. Everybody doesn't know. Nigeria right now and Nigerian social media is an echo chamber. Nobody cares about you in Switzerland. Nobody cares what's going on in Nigeria, in Germany. People in Asia don't even care about your Nigerian elections and it being rigged. What I'm trying to tell you is that if a tree falls in the forest and nobody is there, yes, it still falls, but nobody's reporting it because nobody's there. If you do not come out and say with resounding, unity with 2 million people, the vote is rigged peacefully, everyone around the world will just, because you have to think how the rest of the world thinks. I wasn't born in Nigeria. I think like an American. I have an American mentality. So I'm trying to tell you how different people think. People will only take you seriously if you have actions to back up what you are saying. No one in the world, and you can take this to the bank and cash it, it will definitely not bounce. No one in the world is taking you seriously because you are sitting online talking about how you're rigged. People rig elections all over the world. Elections are rigged all the time. People die all the time. Nobody cares about Nigeria. Nobody's listening to what's going on in Nigeria. That is the plan of your enemy, to keep you on this passive little route to Tinubu being your president. If the whole world is watching, okay, you can disagree with me, but if the whole world is watching, I'm glad. Well, that's fine. If the whole world is watching,
can I talk for 10 seconds, please? Man, not distract me.
Go ahead, Alex.
No. Hold on. Mr. John, please. Hold on. Okay, Alex, go ahead.
Now, as I talk to now, so if you check the Nation paper now, you go turn and say 7 suit court don't discontinue. In fact, everything say reviewing this presidential result, they don't disqualify.
There's no Mr. Alex. It's okay. Thank you.
No, I want you to know.
No. Everything about you is negative.
Not negative. We have to take the facts. You don't watch. Don't take for
It's okay. It's okay. Let me move on to the next person. Thank you.
Okay, one love.
Yeah, I'm still talking to Mr.
Ken. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. John. I heard what you said. You're born in America, you think like an American. I wasn't born in America, but I've been